This is J&J Studio. Thanks for stopping in. We got another wonderful video for you. Here we go. Sit back and relax and enjoy.
Another J&J Studio video.
Forward just a bit. Make it forward. Platforms last time. Okay.
I didn't realize that. It's a tree, okay? It's real. But this grass, it's plastic. No, that's real. So I don't understand. Plastic. Okay, the grass is plastic, but the weeds and stuff growing out of it is real. Okay? Anyhow, I'm going to Boomerang for breakfast this morning. Yesterday was busy, gonna be busy till past midnight tonight, storm-wise. So, we're gonna eat breakfast, get a cup of coffee, probably take a nap midday, and it starts again. I decided to get me an iced tea instead. Here's a look at the new Boomerang. There's a breakfast, ham and cheese omelet, toast, french fries. I didn't really feel like eating hash browns, so she got just a breakfast, brisket gravy, and eggs and sausage. I don't know what to do with tomatoes. I guess you have to have some veggies. Lunch, then this. At lunch, Walmart and this. Yeah. Pretty. Yeah, the truck needs a bath, so we're gonna run it through the car wash. A big black smoke earlier when we came through. It's not as bad. From somebody's house,
Or
caught on fire.
someone's burning their trash. Or smoking.
This floor but don't look bad. Yeah, we can do fast vacuum, I guess. Few items, and we'll get ready to head back towards the house, put things away, then I get things started. Beautiful day so far, blue sky. Drive back. Check the mailbox, just got back. See, I got a little sign cameras. Oh, what a mess. Hi, Bunny, come here. Come here. Come on. Hi. Hi. Hey, are we gonna have storms today? We gonna have storms today? We go get some snacks? Yeah? Come on. Come on, we go get some snacks. We got a little walkway, lay down. Keep us from getting muddy. Cause, you know, y'all gets a little swampy when it rains. Then we got another one goes to Goes that way. Okay, we made it here. What we got here? Turn this on. No storms, not yet. Gonna be a while before anything happens. We're all clear. I'm gonna probably move all this out today. Move this stuff out today. And move that one out. Maybe today or tomorrow, I don't know which day. Probably do it Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, maybe. I don't know. See how I feel later. Ugh. Yeah, nothing special. Cricket, what are you doing?
I'm being a weirdo.
What are you doing? Cricket. We gonna have storms? We gonna have tornadoes today?
It's gonna be weird.
Are we? No? I'm gonna take a power nap. Be recharged and ready for tonight. Over this evening tonight, storms. Not expecting anything till then, so I'm just gonna chill. Maybe take a nap. For about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if I'm lucky. Then I'll go and tinker and fiddle around with stuff. Then I might start packing some of the old stereo and move it to the new one. Yeah. Burritos, cheese, burritos. That's what we have. Throw some in the microwave and that's what we do. Okay, burritos, Doritos with cheese, with nacho cheese, with Pepsi. That's gonna be my dinner. I'm gonna get some sour cream put on it. Okay, I put squeeze the sour cream. This gonna be pretty good. Simple and quick. Get some of the Walmart chimichangas or burritos, throw it in the microwave, put cheese on it, and it's quick. Storms just now started developing pretty quick. This is radar data that I collected as the storm started forming to our west. Slowly moving east southeast. Some of them. Some of them I've been watching for a little bit. Circulation. These is only severe thunderstorm warning storms. Here's statewide. Here's a zoom in. This one heading towards Oklahoma City Metro. Here's northwest Oklahoma. Movement is southeast, looks like. I've been watching it for a while. So far so good. Excuse me. Okay, Fort Supply, you're getting some thunderstorms moving the area. Freedom. All the guys in this area. This is not severe yet. You're gonna continue watching that as they develop. But I got one cell right here that's severe. So we're gonna be watching that as it moves. Here's the timing right here. Let me see if we can put the time marker on. May is heading towards you. Got a little seed storm back here starting to grow. But everything else looks good other than right here. Oklahoma City, all this stuff will be heading towards y'all. Minco, Norman, Shawnee, Purcell, Chickasha. All y'all need to be on the lookout. These storms is pushing towards y'all. We be off and on live throughout the night. Keep an eye on these storms for y'all. Join us tomorrow for the behind the scenes videos. We go back into the take a little bit more look at the storm here. Yeah, you got pretty good size hail, 2-inch hail. Yeah, 2-inch hail with these storms right here. That's the inch and a half. That's an inch. Put this back into motion, but all this looks like it's going to the east southeast. Here's the times. We're gonna take a short break and we're gonna be right back. Okay, we're looking at this storm right here. Dale City. It's to your north. New Cordell. You're heading towards y'all. You might be seeing some hail in a few minutes. So I'm gonna but this is the storm that's moving towards Oklahoma City, Norman area I meant. I'm going to see what the hell is located on here. You live over here by Bogey Creek, Watershed Site, 12B Reservoir. The hell's right on top of you right now. I don't actually have any streets showing up underneath this map. You can't see it. I might have to change the settings real fast. Oh, it's moving. It moved to the south. Okay, over there. If you live by 152, on 152 is right on top of you right now. What town is this? The closest town. Dell City, you got hail on top of you right now. So Cordell is still heading towards y'all. The hail core can be, looks like it'll be passing to your south and east. It's gonna cross over 183. Let me bring it up here. Nothing's changed. Wind-wise, hail is 1 to 3 inches. We are currently watching up the storm out here. It's now severe. We're gonna have a line of storms forming and marching across the state off the dry line. Therefore, this developing off the dry line. It's gonna push through the state throughout the night. It's gonna be busy. It's gonna be like a we can see storms till midnight. So it's gonna be a long night. It's 7 o'clock right now. They're just now moving into central Oklahoma. We're gonna be keeping an eye on it. And they get closer to Oklahoma City and Stillwater, in pretty much our watch areas. Excuse me. Okay. Fort Supply, you get some thunderstorms moving in the area. Freedom. All the guys in this area. This is not severe yet. You're gonna continue watching that as they develop. But I got one cell right here that's severe. So we're gonna be watching that as it moves. Here's the timing right here. Let me see if we can put the time marker on. May is heading towards you. Got a little seed storm back here starting to grow. But everything else looks good other than right here. Oklahoma City, all this stuff will be heading towards y'all. Minco, Norman, Shawnee, Purcell, Chickasha. All y'all need to be on the lookout. These storms is pushing towards y'all. We be off and on live throughout the night. Keep an eye on these storms for y'all. Join us tomorrow for the behind the scenes videos. We go back into the take a little bit more look at the storm here. Yeah, you got pretty good size hail, 2-inch hail. Yeah, 2-inch hail with these storms right here. That's the inch and a half. That's an inch. Put this back into motion, but all this looks like it's going to the east southeast. Here's the times. We're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna be right back. Okay, we're looking at this storm right here. Dell City. It's to your north. New Cordell. You're heading towards y'all. You might be seeing some hail in a few minutes. So I'm gonna but this is the storm that's moving towards Oklahoma City, Norman area I meant. I'm going to see what the hell is located on here. You live over here by Bogey Creek, watershed site, 12B reservoir. The hell's right on top of you right now. I don't actually have any streets showing up underneath this map. You can't see it. I might have to change the settings real fast. Oh, it's moving. It moved to the south. Okay, over there. If you live by 152, on 152 is right on top of you right now. What town is this? The closest town. Dale City, you got hell on top of you right now. So Cordell is still heading towards y'all. The hell core is gonna be, looks like it'll be passing to your south and east. It's gonna cross over 183. Let me bring it up here. Nothing's changed. Wind wise, hell is 1 to 3 inches. We are currently watching up the storm out here. It's now severe. We're gonna have a line of storms forming and marching across the state off the dry line. That's what this developing off the dry line. It's gonna push through the state throughout the night. It's gonna be busy. It's gonna be like we can see storms till midnight. So it's gonna be a long night. It's 7 o'clock right now. They're just now moving into central Oklahoma. We're gonna be keeping an eye on it. And they get closer to Oklahoma City and Stillwater, and pretty much our watch areas.
The southeast, 811 in Woodward, Moreland at 826, Cherokee at 839. As always, stay with his 9. We'll keep you advised.
No, he just called me out of nowhere, asked me to pick him up ASAP. So I peeled over. I just yelled at him for dragging my ass out of bed.
He needed something to hurt.
Yeah, to grab some IDs and buy my car off him.
You cooked it up?
No, man, I got a junker sitting on the side, just not doing me no good. So yeah, I hooked him up.
You pay cash?
It's the only thing I take. Why?
He took it from the restaurant. Why do you need a car?
He didn't say, but man, he was stressing.
Something about your business?
Nah, he would have told me that. Man, this felt personal. So I was just like, yeah, all good, man. You want the car? You got it. I think it might have been about some girl. I overheard him talking on the phone.
Okay. See him since?
No. Is he okay?
I don't know. Parents are worried he didn't make it home.
Damn. Man, I hope he didn't get into anything stupid with those IDs.
Got a laptop in your place. Is that Ben's?
Yeah, why?
Does that mean take a look at it?
That's why.
Seriously? There's more? I cannot believe this lady's sitting over all these damn files. Has no one ever digitized any of this?
Apparently, Rainey says that big firms are like old ships that turn slow.
Alright, what does this lady Max actually want us to do?
Well, her firm is filing a class action suit against some big real estate.
You have to realize they are preparing for a temporary storm. They are preparing for a permanent shift. Much like Bolt 31, these estates are being built to ensure that when the dust settles on whatever grove extension is currently being manufactured, the people in charge of the old world are the only ones left to run the new one. In the Lord of Fallout, the Great War.
Go ahead. We're transporting Stillwater Medical Center non-emergent. Our cat is down.
Thanks for the $8 fees. What,
424, go ahead. Update is 20. We're going to be in the eastbound lane on a half mile from now. Clear, 424.
she stays with us for a while.
The area started at 19 east RP side. That's your red shooter with the black center. Coleman Day shooter with Solid. RPs are currently at 2430 Timber Lane. They would like to speak to a deputy. The area started at 19 east Clear. I'll have that way after assisting 460.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Shaw.
Commercial plate, head back to post.
I can't
2430 Timber Lane.
We're standing. Maybe
Clear.
that could have come to me. Maybe I could have helped sooner. No, I think you did everything right. It's a great kid. This is Sotiras. It means you are our savior. We'll forever do that, Mr. Shaw. Drew family.
Appreciate it.
Well, severe storms continue to the west. They continue northwest. All our trackers are out watching them closely. Beautiful shot from Kyle down there. Those are the cold front storms in the northwest. I want to go to Jeremy.
Yeah.
He's looking toward the Sayre storm right now. Jeremy, you can see that thing's got a mesocyclone and it's spinning healthy. It's producing very large hail right now. What can you tell from your vantage point?
Yeah, Andrew, I'm looking at it. You can see that base there, and stuff's kind of getting low. I'm going to have to get up underneath it. I can see a little bit of movement. I really can't see anything localized or anything really, throw alarms at this point. But we need to definitely investigate it. Andrew, back to you.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so Jeremy and also Val, they're both going to go check this storm out. It does have a little bit of a lowering on it. We'll see what happens with that. We haven't had many storms today really develop much of a lowering. Now out to Brandon. He's on the easternmost storm. Brandon, how has your storm been faring here in the last hour?
Andrew, they've been kind of up and down. Right now, at our location, this storm is on an upward trend. I know the shot looks terrible because you're looking back into the rain core and the hail core, but this storm is definitely on the upward trend. It's fighting right now, but it's definitely fine. That's going to be right at Matthew, right in Godibo. Back to you.
Yeah, so he's on another storm that's producing large hail. We'll go to Links 1 real quick. I can show you the whole complex of what we're looking at. A cluster of severe storms to the west, and then there's the cold front. The cold front is going to be the main driver of rain into the metro later on tonight. But we'll watch the south metro with these storms as they continue to the east-southeast. There's that one that Brandon's on near South Colony and near Godibo, and then there is the Sayre storm. That Sayre storm is that one that's got pretty incredible looking structure, very, very large hail, up to baseball size hail now. The hail tracker's kind of been underdoing it today a little bit, but north side of Sayre, likely some golf ball to baseball size hail. That is sliding to the east-southeast, and also sliding to the east-southeast is this storm, which has a fairly large hail core now stretching from Godibo and kind of connected to north of Mountain View and south of Colony. All of this moving in the same general direction, but anywhere from golf ball to a baseball or tennis ball size hail, big hail core with this one moving toward Carnegie by 8:07, Carnegie 8:27, Apache at 8:58, Elgin at 9:28. Out ahead of this, weaker showers. Those will move into probably the south metro here in the next hour or so. Cold front, it has some wind, it has a little bit of hail as well, and it'll be a mutual by 8:23, ceiling by 8:48, jet by 8:55. We'll keep tracking it as always. Stay with us now, we'll keep you advised. You notice there's not a real pronounced lowering in this shot. There's some very subtle movement, but not a lot, so certainly not incredibly alarming on that end, but it has been a large hail producer. Up in the northwest, some wind and hail producers have sparked up along the cold front. Those are going to move into Oklahoma City in the next, say, 4 hours or so, or 3 hours there in northwestern Oklahoma. Let's go to Kyle real quick. He has had a beautiful shot of this leading edge of the cold front thunderstorms with that sunset. Kyle, how have you been?
Yeah, Andrew, we are southeast on Highway 270 right now. You're looking back towards the Byside area. That cell right there came up in the last, about 5 minutes or so. So Byside, better get ready for some very high winds and some small hail. Back to you, Andrew.
Awesome. Thanks, Cal. That photogenic shot of the day there, that one and the Sayre one a little while ago, just really stunning. We're going to look at radar now, just kind of clock through all of these storms. There's that storm southeast of Sayre that's still severe with wind and hail. And then south of Carnegie to Gracemont, a little kind of bowing feature now with some wind and hail in it. But the largest hail we've seen right now is southeast of Sayre. That hail core is going strong just to the northeast of Carter, up to golf ball, to possibly still tennis ball size hail with that. That is moving to the southeast into Rocky by 9:13, Hobart by 9:18, Godebo by 9:41, and Carnegie by 10:15. Ahead of that to the east, there's the storm that Brandon's been watching. It's moving through Fort Cobb right now into Pine Ridge as well, with what appears to be smaller hail at this point, but wouldn't be surprised if there's some $half mixed in there. That's also moving to the southeast. That will make it into Verdon by 8:54, Cyril by 9:04, Alec by 9:44, and Payne by 10:17. Ahead of this, some showers working into the south metro, a little bit of lightning that'll be over by the Purcell area, and then there's the cold front. That's surging to the southeast with wind and some hail, and that makes it into the metro by around 11 tonight. See you this night. Keep it back.
Your furry best friend.
See what we got real fast.
And you routinely check in with the experts. You take good care of the things that matter. Are you doing the same for your brain? Being proactive about brain health may help reduce the risk of dementia from conditions.
Hey guys, if you live in Dickey, Laney, Fairfield, Carmen, Eden, we have a severe thunderstorm capable of producing large hail up to 3 inches with wind gusts 65 plus. Let me zoom in real fast. Take a look at the wind speeds real fast. Let's see what we got. We have 64 miles per hour winds right here. 57, 68 miles per hour winds. If you live in this area right here, what's this target? We're gonna go down this line, see 30. So 30. To 68 miles per hour winds. Cluster City, Kenton, and Wyona are in the path. We will be returning after a few minutes with updates. We'll be watching the storm as the storm moves to the south and east. We still are under a severe thunderstorm watch until, look at the time, 10 p.m. You got 1 hour and 20 minutes remaining on severe thunderstorm watch. Stay with us, we'll keep you updated day after night.
You love one stage, one night. between the night. And the award goes to Queen Latifah hosts the American Music Awards live. CBS Memorial Day Monday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
The high-quality industrial products you need, plus a million more. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Even if your teen's been vaccinated in the past, they could still be missing vaccination against certain groups of meningitis. The bacteria can spread through certain everyday behaviors, like sharing lip gloss. Is your teen missing any meningitis vaccinations? Ask their doctor today.
Where am I going? I don't know. Where am I heading? I ain't certain. All I know is I am on my way. When will I be there? I don't know. When will I get there? I ain't certain. All I know is I am on my way. Where am I going? I don't know. What will I get? I ain't equipped to say.
Okay, guys. This area of blue right here indicates the area of we are watching for development for new storms. We still got very strong winds heading for you. Wyona, Dovey, Close City, Corn, Weatherford. The hail size is showing 1/2 inch to 2.5 inches. We have some rotation with this line of storms up here that's heading for y'all. So we're gonna continue watching the storm as it pushes to the southeast. No threat of tornado at this moment, but it does have rotation, and you can see some hail up to 2.5 inches with some gust winds up to 68 miles per hour. Radar detected the winds that speed earlier, so we can say about 70 miles per hour winds heading your way. So make sure you have everything tied down, and make sure you have secure everything, because you don't want nothing flying in the wind. Make sure you have your trash cans secure and stuff like that. Your porch furniture. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back on live probably another about 15-20 minutes from now. See you guys.
All of our trackers are out there watching them. There's a cluster to the southwest of Oklahoma City, and then there is the line along the cold front in the northwest. That is where Kyle Wilson's at. Kyle, you've been following these cold front storms since they entered far northwestern Oklahoma. Where are you now? What have you been seeing with these storms?
Yeah, Andrew, we are just south of Sealing, so this line segment is actually starting to bow out just a little bit in between Paloga and Sealing. So we're sitting here on Highway 270. We're going to let it pass over us just a little bit and get a little taste of what the wind is, and we'll report back to you. Back to you, Andrew.
Awesome. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, where Kyle's at right now up in northwestern Oklahoma, these are the storms that are going to move into the metro here in about 2 hours or so. So we're going to kind of scroll through all the storms that we've got, because there's a lot of them on Links 1. You see to the southwest of Oklahoma City, there's the kind of cluster of storms, and then there's the cold front storms up to the north. This storm near Sentinel has shrunk since an hour ago, but still some very, very big hail in this thunderstorm approaching, what is that, State Road 44 right there in Dill City. It hopefully will try to go just south of Dill City, but some big, big hail in there. Would not be surprised for tennis balls. That sounds about on par. Maybe some baseballs in there. That's moving to the southeast. That's Go to Boat by 9:45, Mountain View 9:58, Fort Cobb Lake and Fort Cobb between 10:28 and 10:36, and Pine Ridge at 10:39. And then ahead of that, to the south, there's this other cluster of severe storms, which has also been on a weakening trend, thankfully. But this core to the northwest of Lake Ellsworth, that one has peaked up a little bit. Oh, now it's peaked down a little bit. That's good. Quarters and dimes out of that core. So most of this action is getting away from the instability and weakening, but it's going to the southeast into Fletcher by 9:17, Marlow by 10:08, Bray by 10:25, and then up to the north, there's a few showers working into the South Metro for more Norman. But up to the northwest, there's the cold front, big cold front line, a little bit of hail. Most likely problem with this is the lightning, the wind, and the heavy rain. But it's a narrow band moving to the southeast. Stay with News 9. We'll keep you advised.
Easy, big fella. Mom's boob is hurting just about as much as your little trip down the birth canal. Luckily, Amazon Health AI can help figure it out. Couple quick questions.
Okay, we still got a wall to do. Hi, Cricket. How you got in here? Cricket.
All right, severe thunderstorms continuing once again across the state. Trackers out ahead of them right now. A lot of them have been on a downward trend. First time we've really said that today, and definitely great news. Now we're of course watching the cold front storms come through the metro in several, probably a couple hours. Really, you can see where there's that big box up to the northwest. That's going to slowly slide to the east and southeast, and the metro is going to get some of that. Out to the west, box is getting a little bit smaller, as a lot of these storms have been shrinking. But the big focus for the metro is going to be this right here. That's the cold front. It's still sliding to the east-southeast. It might have a little bit of wind in there, especially from areas like Helena, down through Oriana, and Fairview, and areas to the south. Kyle's about to get blasted with the dust front. And then back to the end of that, out west, not quite as strong. So it's really that one section from Alfalfa to Major into Blaine County that's going to be on the stronger side with this storm right now. Very small hail. It's going to be a wind thing that we notice the most, and the lightning, and the heavy rain in parts as it moves through. But we're going to carry it east-southeast. We'll have it get into the metro. It may very well be this back side of it, south of Taloga, that makes it into the metro, and not the main chunk near Fairview and Major County. But either way, whole line is moving. Enid by 10:04, Kingfisher by 10:21, Perry by 11 o'clock, Edmond, northern Oklahoma County, 11:14, Stillwater at 11:30, Oklahoma City around 11:40, and Cushing at 12:01, Chandler at 12:02. Farther to the south, we've been dealing with a cluster of severe thunderstorms.
354 miles per hour
wind. The strongest of these ones down toward Elgin right now, continuing to slide to the southeast. This one has the biggest hail at the moment around golf balls. Could have a couple hailstones a little bit larger than that south of Fletcher, just southeast of Elgin by a couple miles. So this just went through town. Would not be surprised if we see some reports of large hail from Elgin, and that moves to the southeast. So Marlow by 9:58, Duncan by 10:13, Bray by 10:18. For the South Metro right now, some light rain going on, nothing severe there. That's totally fine. And then out to the west, that storm that was really power-packed for a while has shrunk as it's passed southeast of Cordell. That storm is going away, and so is the hail as it continues to slowly inch its way east. But we're going to track those cold front storms heading into the metro. As always, stay with News 9. We'll keep you advised.
Life doesn't always give you a heads up.
Traffic
Now the disasters of
Well, your locally owned station is here to help
areas where they cannot be reached.
That wasn't the case with Violet Jacoby, says Galena Blackman.
She liked to impress.
Blackman, a Beverly Hills realtor for more than 36 years, specializes in luxury properties like Violet's. Galena was asked to appraise the home while Violet's husband was still alive.
At that time, I said, I think it's an $8 million house.
Moving southeast at
Violet's
30.
son Daniel just days following her death on Friday, October 13th, Detective Schwartz wondered if money was a motive.
Who gets the house? How much is that house worth? A lot.
Daniel stood to inherit half of the family and dig deeper into Daniel's finances and his relationship with his mother.
This is not like a business deal gone bad. There's a complexity to that we have to understand.
Daniel.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Shelby Love. Some storms are in the metro tonight, and we're tracking them. Let's get over to Andrew Adams in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Andrew, how's it looking out there?
You know, looking a lot better than things were suggesting several hours ago. If you've been watching us this evening, I understand if you haven't, I know the thunder we're on, but we were talking about these storms that fired up out west and the storms that fired up along the dry line. Our trackers have all been out. They've been keeping a very close eye on them, and the good news recently is that most of these storms are on a downward trend. Not as many severe warnings as what we had earlier. There's the cold front storms up to the northwest. There's what remains of those storms that were in western Oklahoma earlier, now approaching south central Oklahoma. They continue to dive southeast, but this is the leading edge of the cold front. Big heavy rain from Carrier through Lahoma down toward Hennessy, heading into town right now. Kyle is getting rained on. And there could be some gusty winds in here, maybe up to 50 miles per hour. But overall, the hail sizes have been down and the intensity along this whole section has been down. Just a few times in Ryle, Dover at 10:07, Hunter at 10:13, Douglas at 10:26, Marshall 10:31, Billings at 10:37, Cedar Valley 10:50, Mulhall at 10:58. It's kind of moving east-southeast. Down on the back end of this, over toward Putnam, there's a small severe storm now. This south of Watonga is not severe, but that's what's going to move into the Oklahoma City metro here over the next hour to hour and a half. South metro saw a little bit of light rain from Norman, south of Purcell, and a little thunderstorm over near Carnegie with perhaps a little bit of small hail in it. But the big one down here is down toward Duncan. That is racing to the southeast. It had larger hail a little bit ago. An hour ago, much larger hail. Now it's down to nickels, dimes, and a few quarters intermixed in there. This section of the line moving southeast gets into Alma by 10:36, Loco by 10:46, Fox by 10:56, keeping up with the sixes, Hennepin by 11:06, and 10:35. And Davis had to break that streak at some point. But yes, there is that severe thunderstorm near Putnam. A little bit of hail in that. We've seen it now go up to possibly golf balls just west of town. That should stay south of Putnam. Moving southeast, we'll be looking at it at Hyder around 10 or 11:18 and Geary by 10:46. We're going to keep tracking all these. The trackers are staying out. Keep an eye on it. Back to you at the desk.
Andrew, thanks. Happening today, family and friends came together at Arcadia Lake earlier this afternoon for a balloon release in memory of high school senior Aviana Smith Gray. Gray Smith was shot during a party at the lake almost a week ago and died earlier this week after succumbing to her injury. Smith Gray would have been graduating from Inside School of Oklahoma, a virtual charter school in Midwest City, in just a few weeks. One person is hurt after stabbing in downtown Oklahoma City this afternoon. Authorities say it happened just before 3 near Sheridan and Classen Boulevard.
At least
2 people got into a fight. One man was stabbed in the face. He was taken to a hospital and is now recovering. No arrests have been made at this time. And one person is dead after a crash involving a Cleveland County Sheriff's Office deputy in Norman. This happened last night, just after 11 near Cedar Lane Road in Classen. Police say the driver of one car died on the scene. They say the other driver was a law enforcement vehicle driven by a Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. There are storms moving into the metro right now. Andrew has all the details for us coming up next.
$1 billion, high guard tax, and double the tax on Oklahoma energy production. While raising our taxes, John Eccles cashed in on government.
Yeah, all these storms lost 50% of the strength. No severe thunderstorm in our area other than by Cluster City and Thomas to our west. And it'll be our south and west from Stillwater. Not going to affect the Stillwater area. All the storms over here to our north is weakened below severe limits. Even the lightning dying down a little bit. Got severe thunderstorms in Texas. Let me take a sample of the winds. Here's what right here on Channel 9.
Yes, because we were really predicting some of these strong storms. Luke Combs even moving up his concert, right?
And, you know, it was good for him to do that because, you know, this time of year, you just want to play it safe without forecast involves. When we had those big hailers out in western Oklahoma earlier, where we saw anything from tennis ball to baseball size hail, some massive hailstones out in western Oklahoma. The cold front lit up in northwest Oklahoma. Didn't have any hail in that. Well, at least
got 61 mile-per-hour wind with the line going north.
And now everything's mostly on a downward trend, so certainly a positive there. That's why you don't see a whole lot of action in the trackers' shots. They're still out there, they're still watching, and there is still a lot of light in some of those shots as well. But the overall trend is down. Not like what we saw earlier with all that hail. It was pretty incredible. Look at the horses here. They hated it. Look at them run. Someone needs to get them in a barn. You can see the cows also not a big fan. These were anywhere from golf ball to tennis ball size stones. The deer, even the pure wildlife, hate it. On the blacktop, you can see it come down and just smash. Just really, really impressive hail. Again, good news, we are not seeing several storms with hail like this right now. We really aren't seeing many storms even close to it. I think right now the only storm that's kind of trying to make a run at that is down here in far south central Oklahoma. But most of what's moving into the metro, fairly quiet, up to the north from Enid, from Hennessy.
We're going to go ahead and shut everything down.
Severe. They're loud, but no longer severe, moving east. And then farther south
Much needed rain.
on the front, we're getting showers,
we'll be getting
thunderstorms moving into Canadian County eventually.
The severe weather threat is winding down, guys.
Out near Putnam. But this named blob kind of spreading to the east. We'll put it at 1022,
1039, Stillwater 1118,
1113 more,
Cushing 1149,
Pawnee 1156, and Stroud just after midnight. Here's that little severe storm though. We've also got another storm developing over Roll, so we'll watch that and see if it's able to reach mature.
All the reds disappearing on the map.
This is a very small severe storm, just quarter-size hail south of Putnam, not like the hail cores we saw earlier. It's moving to the southeast. I'll put it in hydro around
all the reds right here is going away.
1147, Red Rock Canyon at 1149, and Niles just after
there's much needed rain
further to
moving
the
in
south,
now.
some light rain exiting the south metro, but a few more showers filling in out west will move in to the south metro here in the next couple of hours, and then a bigger storm down toward Comanche that is severe, and right behind it, south of Pumpkin Center, a little bit more of a stout hail core in that storm. So we'll kind of focus on that as far as the track goes. Comanche 1050, low code 1127, Fox 1150, Poolville 1201. So all this continues to sift off to the east and southeast.
East, southeast,
storms that continue to develop to the northwest through the overnight hours. That eventually drops south, gets things a little soggy through much of the day, on and off showers for our Mother's Day. With my Mother's Day afternoon and evening, we're going to start to see most of the rain chances press farther into southern Oklahoma. We'll dry out a little bit nicer by then and look beautiful by Monday. Tomorrow, early plans especially, have the umbrellas and the rain jackets handy. 74 degrees right now. It is quiet on the Tigris Cam Alexa Skycam network. Temperatures in the 70s across most of the state. A couple of cold pools up in the northwest, in the 60s, up in the northeast, in the 60s as well. And mainly low wind gusts But with these storms approaching, you'll notice our winds have increased some 20 to 35 miles per hour, with some higher wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour within some of those thunderstorms. Rain continues through the overnight hours. A couple of severe storms possible. They're going to be low end if we get them. A little bit of small hail and some wind. Temperatures back into the 60s and 50s overnight tonight. Rain chances continue to stay high during the morning hours tomorrow, 6 a.m.
Go to change transmit radar
evening, those rain chances
on
are going to start to
Twitch
slide
or at Central OK.
Tomorrow afternoon with clouds, rain, we're going to be on the cooler side of the north breeze as well. High temperatures in the afternoons.
Studio Payne County.
We're looking at upper 60s, maybe
Oklahoma,
some low
okay,
70s
Oklahoma.
for a lucky few of us. And then we get into Monday. Southerly winds return, not very strong, but still out of the south, and we see a lot more sunshine. That's going to warm us up some. Back to the 70s we go. A couple of us out west will be able to get into the lower 80s, and then Tuesday even hotter,
go back live
80s
once
to
storm
90s, especially in
becomes
western
severe
Oklahoma,
in
drier
Central
air.
Oklahoma.
Rain chances will take a break Monday through most of the work week. Friday, storm chances return, and we're also looking at the end of next weekend. Don't go anywhere. Sports is up after this. Yeah, and the hail that we are seeing right now isn't like what we saw earlier, where we saw tennis ball and baseball size hail in parts of western Oklahoma. Not the case now. You can tell from our driver's shots, they're out ahead of this, tracking it into the metro. There's some lightning that I think is what most people are going to notice for the vast majority of these storms. Exhibit A. I heard a whoa from Shelby over there. Yeah, that was an awesome lightning strike. Here's where the storms are right now. There's a broad complex along the cold front extending from western Oklahoma to north central Oklahoma. That's moving to the east.
All the ones went away
south, there's another little complex.
at this moment.
That complex down south is what was causing those very large hailstones earlier in western Oklahoma. Right now, we don't have that in the north where Kyle's at. He's just getting rained on and lightninged at as that moves east, heading toward I-35 right now. And heading into Oklahoma City, there's our rain. That is a good rain for us. There's a couple severe cores in here. The one south of Putnam, much weaker. This one near Anadarko, that one has actually been going up, and so has the one near Hinton. But this storm is going to go to the southeast, so it may very well go north of Anadarko itself, go through Gracemont. That'll happen here in the next few minutes. Chickasha by 11:10, Blanchard by 11:45, Cole by 11:58, Norman, get more rain, 12:16 if it stays on the northern fringe, but may very well go south toward Dibble by 11:52. Back to the west, roll storm went up a little bit, come down a little bit. That's what these storms are doing now. They're not sustaining themselves, kind of like the storms earlier where they go up and they stay up for a long time. These ones are going up, they're pulsing up, and then they pulse back down. But still a little bit of severe hail just outside of Thomas that'll be moving in. Some quarter-size hail, some dime-size hail. Moving to the southeast, that makes it into
That's what I was saying earlier, Thomas.
Casino by 11:39, Mayberry Reservoir by 11:53, Calumet by 12:05, just after midnight. And again, the strongest storm in the state is down to the south, plunging to the southeast of Duncan. That's exactly where it's going to continue to move out of the area. So good news there. Most of us on a downward trend as far as severe threats go, but more details coming up.
God, both sides of hell is the biggest.
They are now spreading into Oklahoma City. We're starting to see some raindrops in western Oklahoma County. But here's what we're looking at right now across our Lexstar Skycam network and some of our trackers that are still out. Just some rain and occasionally the lightning strike. It didn't work.
It did.
Oh, it did? All right. Okay. I still got the magic. Good to see. Let's go to radar real quick. I had to test, or not radar. Yeah, that's right. I'm so proud of myself that I kind of barely had video. Beautiful storm, beautiful supercells up in western Oklahoma rather, earlier today. These were from Elk City area to the southeast of that. And man, did they pack a punch. Big hail up to the north. Cold front storms. This is one of the best shots of the day as the sun was setting and Kyle was driving. Just beautiful. And Brandon saw this guy. Brandon Pound saw this guy at a golf course when it was hailing golf balls. Terrible idea. Do not do that. This is awesome. Smoke from the fire getting pulled in to a thunderstorm, and just overall, it was an eye candy fest out there today. Fortunately, we had the damaging hail, but these storms were so beautiful. Now we can look at radar. We can talk about where these storms are now. How are things looking? Still a few severe storms. Most of them on the weaker side, especially compared to earlier. They kind of pulse up and become severe and go back down. Earlier, they were long-term severe. These storms up north, no longer severe as they approach I-35. Just some good soaking rain there from Blackwell down through Billings and Garber and Covington and Marshall and down exiting Kingfisher, moving into Guthrie right now. There we go. Rain in Oklahoma County is happening. Here it is. Anadarko storm right there. That is severe, barely. This storm near Thomas, no longer severe. It was for a moment. Had some small hail. This is generally moving to the east. And again, it's pulse size. When I drew this 3 minutes ago, the hail core was right here. Now the hail core is in a completely different spot because that one shrunk and another one to the south that has gone up. Point is, these storms are going to go up. They'll produce a couple quarters at times, and they'll go back down. And most of them won't even go up that much as our hail sizes across the board have really come down. This little one near Thomas with the dimes is going to be in Geary by 11:55. Naval Elementary School, no one's there right now. 12:26. Calumet by 12:28. So all of this moving to the east and moving to the southeast. And there's our, honestly, biggest storm in the state now is getting very close to being out of the state. You can see the golf ball size hail core southwest of Loco. That's moving to the south-southeast. That is flushing itself out of Oklahoma. It's already out of the viewing area. But Ardmore gets part of the storm by 11:38. Marietta, 12:06. And then it passes south of the Red River. So good news there. These storms are going to continue off to the east-southeast. We'll try to get more development behind it through the overnight into the morning hours tomorrow. I think this does happen. Causes a little bit of a soggy start to our Mother's Day. Get the umbrellas out or the rain jackets if you've got breakfast or brunch plans with your mom tomorrow. Through the afternoon, rain chances will linger, but by the afternoon evening, they will start to sift into southern Oklahoma for the most part, so we will notice a drying trend. Now we are noticing a not-so-dry trend on the Integris cam, finally getting those raindrops on the camera on Lucky Star Skycam Network. 74 degrees, real comfortable. Rain cool there up in the northwest in the 60s, also a north breeze up there behind the front. At least it was. Wow, it does really get a little bit of a wake-low effect in there with some gusty winds of 20 to 40 miles per hour. So that's pretty cool. And then rain chances continue through the overnight hours. 1 or 2 severe storms possible from central to southern Oklahoma. There are going to be those pulse storms like I was talking about, where they go up, maybe produce some quarters, maybe a 50 or 60 mile per hour wind gust, and then they weaken, and then maybe another one goes up. But for the most part, the severe threat very, very low. 50s and 60s through the overnight. Rain chances continue all the way through lunchtime tomorrow. They start to push farther south by the late afternoon and evening hours. Temperatures cool because of the rain and clouds. 60s, a couple 70s tomorrow afternoon. 70s and 80s by Monday. South wind is back. We start to warm things back up. Then we get hot on Tuesday. Mid-90s possible. West 80s. For most of us, it is going to be very, very warm and dry for much of the work week ahead. Until we get to Friday, our next storm system arrives. We'll keep an eye on that one. Also keeping an eye on the end of next weekend for more storm chances. Don't go anywhere. Sports is next. Trend certainly positive there, but roadways are wet. There's a lot of lightning, so kids might be waking up from the thunder here as the storms move through. But good news is the severe threat has really gone way down. We'll go over to Links 1 now, show you what I'm talking about. Again, very electric, over 400 lightning strikes, but almost no severe storms. The only one now left in the state, far southern Oklahoma. We had a couple close to central Oklahoma. We had this hail core kind of peak up near Gracemont, and then it kind of weakened a little bit, but now it's peaked back up just a touch near Chickasha as it continues to the southeast. We may have some dimes. We'll watch and see if that's able to produce some quarters, but wouldn't be any bigger than that. And that continues to the southeast into Ninnekah here around 11:28, so give that about 3 minutes. Dill by 11:44, Purcell 12:21, Rosedale 12:47, Byers 106, Pauls Valley 1:18 in the morning. More showers and storms developing back to the west toward Morewood, north of I-40. These are also drifting to the east-southeast, and occasionally one of these cores has also peaked up a little bit. Some small hail in this one near Watonga, maybe some pea-size hail in that one. Okarche by 12:11. El Rio by 12:44. Deer Creek by 1:03 in the morning. Just a nice steady rain with some lightning here from Oklahoma County up through Logan County and points to the north. Nothing severe out of this. Just a great, good May rain. We love to see it. Strongest storm in the state now passing through Ringling on its way to Overbrook and Marietta. And even that one has been on a weakening trend with its hail. It makes it into Marietta by around midnight and then gets out of the state. So we'll keep an eye on all this, but just expect mainly some showers, some thunderstorms. Might wake up to some thunder.
Oklahoma City, Edmond, Stillwater, Guthrie, Cushing, Perry, Chandler, Perkins, Jones, Stroud, Gray, Lakestead, Yale, Luther, Meeker, Davenport, Wellston, Morrison, Kearney, and Glico. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. From the Norman Forecast Office, here is the forecast for Stillwater and surrounding area. Rest of tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. A slight chance of showers after midnight, then showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 50s. East winds around 5 miles an hour. Chance of rain 90%. Sunday, a slight chance of thunderstorms. Showers likely, mainly in the morning. Cooler with highs in the lower 70s. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday night, mostly cloudy until midnight, then clearing. Cooler with lows in the upper 40s. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, diminishing to around 5 miles an hour after midnight. Monday, sunny. Highs in the mid-70s. Northeast winds around 5 miles an hour, becoming east around 5 miles an hour in the afternoon. Monday night, clear. Lows in the lower 50s. Southeast winds around 5 miles an hour. Tuesday, sunny. Highs in the mid-80s. Tuesday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. Wednesday, sunny. Highs in the mid-80s. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. Thursday, sunny. Highs in the upper 80s. Thursday night, partly cloudy. Not as cool with lows in the lower 70s. Friday, mostly sunny. Highs around 90. Friday night, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the lower 70s. Chance of rain 20%. Saturday, mostly sunny with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs around 90. Chance of rain 20%. You are listening to Stillwater Weather Radio. NER 11 p.m. weather observations. It's Stillwater. The pressure was 29.91 inches and rising. At Enid, a thunderstorm was reported. The temperature was 63. The wind was east at 18. At Guthrie, a thunderstorm was reported. The temperature was 69. The wind was northeast at 8. Observations from around the region. In Oklahoma City, thunder was reported with a temperature of 73. In Woodward, it was clear with a temperature of 62. It was partly cloudy with a temperature of 75 at Dallas-Fort Worth and 65 at Springfield. It was cloudy with a temperature of 68 at Wichita and 67 at Tulsa. Once again at 11 p.m. in Stillwater. The pressure was 29.91 inches and rising. Strong thunderstorms will impact portions of northeastern Garvin, Seminole, southeastern Oklahoma, southern Lincoln, Cleveland, northern Pontotoc, Pottawatomie, northwestern Hughes, and McLean counties through 12:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 11:35 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from 5 miles northeast of McLeod to near Tribute and near Kreiner. Movement was southeast at 30 miles an hour. Hazard, wind gusts of 40 miles an hour. This is a radar-indicated threat. Impact, gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Locations impacted include Oklahoma City, Norman, Moore, temperature of 62. It was partly cloudy, with a temperature of 75 at Dallas-Fort Worth and 65 at Springfield. It was cloudy, with a temperature of 68 at Wichita and 67 at Tulsa. Once again at 11 p.m. in Stillwater. The pressure was 29.91 inches and rising. Strong thunderstorms will impact portions of northeastern Garvin, in the lower 70s. Chance of rain 20%. Saturday, mostly sunny with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs around 90. Chance of rain 20%. You're listening to Stillwater Weather Radio, NER 11 p.m. weather observations. In Stillwater, the pressure was 29.91 inches and rising. An unit of thunderstorm was reported. The temperature was 63. The wind was east at 18. In Guthrie, a thunderstorm was reported. The temperature was 69. The wind was northeast at 8. Observations from around the region. In Oklahoma City, thunder was reported with a temperature of 73. In Woodward, it was clear with a temperature of 62. It was partly cloudy with a temperature of 75 at Dallas-Fort Worth and 65 at Springfield. It was cloudy with a temperature of 68 at Wichita and 67 at Tulsa. Once again at 11 p.m. in Stillwater. The pressure was 29.91 inches and rising. Strong thunderstorms will impact portions of northeastern Oklahoma, Lincoln, southern Noble, eastern Logan, and Payne counties through 12:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 11:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from 4 miles northwest of Perry to near Oklahoma City. Movement was east at 40 miles an hour. Hazard, wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. This is a radar-indicated threat. Impact, gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Locations impacted include northeastern Oklahoma City, Edmond, Stillwater, Guthrie, Cushing, Harry, Chandler, Choctaw, Spencer, Perkins, Jones, Stroud, Craig, Lakeston, Yale, Luther, Meeker, Davenport, Wellston, and Morrison. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. From the Norman Forecast Office, here is the forecast for Stillwater and surrounding area. Rest of tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. A slight chance of showers after midnight, then showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 50s. East winds around 5 miles an hour. Chance of rain 90%. Sunday, a slight chance of thunderstorms. Showers likely, mainly in the morning. Cooler with highs in the lower 70s. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday night, mostly cloudy until midnight, then clearing.
song that I saw for TikTok. And your boy,
Stay away, go in the window.
yeah, I've wrote songs and sung them on TikTok, and I had like 11,000 followers. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and smash that bell so you get the newest notification, newest videos, and share us out with your friends and family. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.